Hey there folks, John here with Through My Lens, and today I'm coming to you with another flashlight related video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Cyansky P25 V2. Now Cyansky is a Chinese flashlight maker that recently reached out to me in the same way many flashlight manufacturers do about doing a review of one of their products. Someone from their company, usually female, sends me a friendly email from China in reasonably good but obviously second language English, inviting me to do a review of their latest product offering. Usually these emails are signed with a very Anglo-sounding name like Jenny or Rebecca, which never fails to make me chuckle. More often than not, these invitations come from a company I've never heard of before, which was true in this case. I've never before heard of Cyansky. They appear to be using the same standard formula used by so many Chinese flashlight manufacturers, which is what I call catalog product design. Let me explain. My theory is that many quote-unquote manufacturers will pull out the catalog of flashlight bodies made by others in China. They'll pick one, they'll get out the catalog for batteries, they'll pick one of those, same with an emitter. They'll select a user interface, they'll design some packaging, throw the flashlight in a box with an extra lanyard, a tail cap, and a belt case, and then Jenny and Rebecca get busy sending emails to YouTubers like me. It's obviously a bit more complicated than that, but my sense is that's basically how most Chinese brands, emphasis on the air quotes, function. Now, this new P25 V2 is, as the name suggests, an updated version of the previous P25 and boasts a maximum output of 3,600 lumens of pure unadulterated flood. That seems to be the biggest selling point of this particular flashlight, that maximum output and that super floody profile that the light has. Now, the output is accomplished with the Cree XHP 70.3 LED, and it drives power from the included rechargeable 21700 battery. Now the battery must be removed to be recharged by the included USB-C cable. Here's the battery. You can see it is branded Cyansky here. And here's the port for recharging the battery. Kind of a bummer, you got to take it out to recharge it, but that's just a minor annoyance. The threading is quite nice, very smooth. Now, Cyansky has a handy-dandy chart of output modes with the corresponding run times on their website product page for the P25 V2, which I'll show you now. The color temperature of the light coming from the emitter is of the cool white variety. I found it pleasant enough. I'm not going to do any beam shots because there are a couple other reviews of this light on YouTube that have done this better than I could, quite honestly. I don't think you'll be disappointed by the light that's produced by this flashlight by any stretch of the imagination. It's quite nice. Now let's talk a little bit about the user interface. Cyansky correctly categorizes this flashlight as an outdoor flashlight, something that you might use when hiking or walking the dog. If you look this light up on Amazon, and I do have a link in the description of this video, it's described as a tactical flashlight. This is not a tactical flashlight because, as I've spoken about so many times in my other flashlight reviews, to be a tactical flashlight or one that's appropriate for use with a firearm, the tail switch must be instant on and only instant on. You cannot click to stay on for a tactical flashlight. Now the P25 V2 does have instant on capability, but it does click and stay on, which could be disastrous in a fatal way in a defensive firearm scenario. Hopefully you can hear that clicking sound. To operate this light, again, you just click the tail switch and the light will activate in the last used output mode. You can use the output selector here, and you can cycle between the 4 main output levels of low, medium, high, and turbo. Now yes, the turbo mode or the 3600 lumen output mode gets very hot very quickly. So expect the output to ramp down after about a minute to prevent heat-related injury or damage to the flashlight. Now, the light also has a hidden moonlight mode, and it's probably a good thing that the mode is hidden because it's fairly useless as a moonlight mode. It's unusable in my opinion. A true moonlight mode is going to be 1 lumen or less in output. The moonlight mode on this light is 5 lumens, which is quite bright. The traditional use case for a moonlight mode is, hey, I'm asleep, I wake up, and I need to get somewhere in my surroundings and then back to bed, and I don't want to turn a room light on because the bright light will wake me up and I won't go back to sleep. A moonlight mode gives you just enough light to navigate a room, but it won't wake you up. The P25 V2 is a tad disappointing, as a usable moonlight mode would have extended the utility of this light that has a fairly limited use case. Again, outdoor, walking the dog, hiking, that sort of thing. Now the P25 V2 also has hidden strobe and SOS modes, but I didn't test those modes because, quite frankly, I find them ridiculous, I have no use for them, and if you do use them, we can't be friends. Now the P25 V2 comes in 2 different finishes and corresponding price points. The version that I was sent is the $110 micro arc oxidation finish on the aluminum, which provides this pale silver color, which is quite lovely. It's a nice alternative to those of us who tend to have a lot of black flashlights. It's not game-changing, but again, it's a nice change of pace. The milling on the aluminum body has kind of a mini lightsaber look and feel to it. I'm getting strong Star Wars vibes from this flashlight. If you'd like to save 10 bucks, there is a basic black version of the P25 V2 available as well. Now the packaging does come with a traditional friction clip style pocket clip. For me, this light is just too big and heavy, and I wouldn't want to EDC it, so I don't really see a need to have a pocket clip. By way of size comparison, here is the Olight Warrior Mini flashlight. So you can see that this light dwarfs it, and really the Olight Warrior Mini is probably the largest size flashlight that I would want to EDC on my person, and this being quite a bit larger. Again, I don't see a need to EDC it. Even if it had a proper pocket clip that was secured to the body with screws, I'd probably just use this light, the most when I'm, walking the dog during the fall months when it gets darker, so I can easily throw this into a jacket pocket. No need for a pocket clip. Now, if I were going on an extended hike, I might consider using the included belt holster. Here it is. You got a belt loop. It's a pretty tight fit into the holster because it's very secure. Pop that in there, and there you go. You could secure that to your belt. Now, beyond the finish and the extraordinarily high output and super flood beam profile of this light, it's fairly boring. It has a nice battery level indicator built into the output selector switch on the body, and that's starting to become more common on the flashlights that I review, and I think it's a really essential feature of rechargeable flashlights. Now, while the Cyansky P25 V2 is no leap forward in innovation, I think it's a very well made, very reasonably priced flashlight that performs quite well as a portable floodlight. Well, there you have it. There is my review of the Cyansky P25 V2. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Take care. God bless. We'll see you in the next video.
I hope you've enjoyed this production from the Through My Lens YouTube channel. If you did, please click on the like button and do share the video on social media. If you'd like to see more content like it, please do subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and do check out Through My Lens at www.throughmylens.org.